I think as the administration has indicated to you is that the idea tonight is to try to gather input and ideas and knowledge as far as what we want to see happen in this particular area.
We got lots of good ideas about the public space, and different ideas on the greenway that connects to World's Fair Park and into the old city. We've got some good perspectives on use and the amount of public space and green space and ways to deal with parking, and that was very helpful. And we really got some good input on the overall design and how important it was and how visible the space was. And of course we asked for more input on that because design will be critical to the end product.
As far as mixed use, we got a little more descriptive as far as talking about some of the uses as far as a drugstore, grocery store. We talked about incorporating event space into the development proposal, and the flexibility of doing a mix of outdoor and indoor space everybody thought was important.
We all agreed it was mixed use. The parking was important, that you had to replace the current parking to make the transitions to the other areas in the 100 block and the rest of the warehouse district, and that you had to supply parking for whatever you built. And so that was important, and how you did that could be a variety of ways, but you could do it underneath, obviously. You might do it on the red across from the old warehouses, south side, so actually south side or north side.
We thought it was important to do mixed use, which would mean residential, retail, commercial, office space, and to make good connections to the rest of downtown, maybe middle of the block, but certainly on both ends of the block. And then we talked about the various uses. Creative class corridor we thought was really important, and you could mix those spaces along the retail, along the what would be essentially storefronts along Jackson Avenue.
I think the main thing we were trying to do concept-wise was introduce a raised green space above the existing parking lot that's down in between, well, I guess on the back side of the North Gay Street viaduct, right where the new work for the Jackson ramps are going to start. And basically continue the parking idea on the grade level only, with mixed use up above that as well as you kind of go back toward North Broadway. We also thought about the possibility of introducing a museum right at the corner, basically where the young buildings are at, with a smaller visitor center there as well. And also introducing the idea of a road access to all this parking, which would be underneath where the North Broadway viaduct intersects the other one coming almost 90 degrees to it, to get to that parking.
Right. We think, and it sounded like a great consensus in the room, that what would essentially be the back of the property is as beautiful or as inviting to downtown as the front. In other words, the view from the interstate was critical to the success of this development.
Take all of that information and get with Alvin and Jordan and others at KCDC, get information from other sources. We'll hear, we don't want to restrict our input obviously to those just tonight, but from website, emails, other kinds of contacts. And then we would put together a draft RFP. And after we have the draft, we'll bring that back for public discussion. So nothing will actually go out to the field until we've taken the input, prepared it, taken that draft back, gotten reaction to it, and we have reasonable, good consensus at that point that we're headed in the right direction.